ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, it seems that we have a lot of problems here, and I think we're going to be going over a few things that I think is going to resonate with all of you that are watching this video, and because I think it's all true. Now, of course, we have people that are going to want to say other things, like, right? Like, you know, the New York Times or the etc. are like, you're saying, oh, it's fine, we're all great, but even though it's not. And what we have here is that Walgreens is to close 1,200 stores over the next 3 years. The pharmacy giant estimates that a quarter of its 8,700 locations are unprofitable as consumers shift their spending habits. Now, this is looking pretty bad, right? I mean, this is 1,200 stores of Walgreens just being closed. Which that means it's going to be harder and harder for people to get their medicine. I mean, let's go look at the actual impact of it all, right? And it says here, Walgreens said to Tuesday it plans to close 1,200 stores over the next 3 years as it seeks to further downsize its footprint amid flagging sales and changing consumer behavior. The pharmacy chain said 500 of the closings would occur over the next 12 months. It estimates a quarter of its 8,700 stores in the U.S. are unprofitable. So that means in the next year, you're going to have a whole, at least 500 stores, almost about half of the stores being closed in the next 12 months. So when you see your Walgreens randomly just start going down, it starts becoming a problem, right? It becomes an issue. It goes on to say that Walgreens announced the closures as part of its fiscal fourth quarter and full year earnings, which beat Wall Street's expectations. In a statement, CEO Tim Whitworth acknowledged the company was in the midst of a turnaround that would take time. We're confident it will yield significant financial and consumer benefits over the long term. So yeah, that's what's going on here. And then we have Big Lots closing hundreds of stores. Now here's the Pennsylvania ones. And it has here that the Big Lots that are closing are Kenneth Square, Philadelphia, Exton, York, Coropolis, Clifton Heights, Aquippa, Aston, Honorville, North Versailles, and Waynesburg. All those are the Pennsylvania ones to be actually closing in Pennsylvania, the Big Lots, and that's not good. It loses 11 stores across the entire state, and all that stuff. So, and what we have here, guys, is that this is a great economy. Why can't we celebrate it? Well, we're going to be going over it, because why we can't celebrate this, why there's an issue. But just about every measure in the U.S. is in good shape. Growth is strong, unemployment is low, inflation is back down. More important, many Americans are getting sizable pay raises, and middle class wealth has surged to record levels. We're living through one of the best economic years of many people's lifetimes, yet it's barely mentioned in popular culture or on the campaign trail. This is by Heather Long, everybody. Heather Long, let's take a good look at her. Yep. Heather Long. This is the person that is here, Washington CT editorial writer and columnist. Yep, this is the person that we're talking about, right? Heather Long. This is what she's saying, that it is a great thing, and this is an opinion. Well, lady, if that's true, then why is 7-Eleven closing more than 400 locations in North America? It says here, several hundred underperforming 7-Eleven locations across North America are closing, the convenience store announced. 7&I Holdings, the Change Japan-based parent company, revealed in an earnings report Thursday that 444 locations of 7-Eleven are shutting down because of a variety of issues, including slowing sales, declining traffic, inflationary pressures, and a decrease in cigarette purchases. A specific list of closing locations wasn't immediately released. The chain has more than 13,000 stores across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, so the number of closures amounts to 3% of its portfolio. That's still 400 stores, right? That's still a lot. And that's not going to be a good size of, saying that this is a good economy, right? In its earnings release, 7-Eleven said that while the North American economy is robust overall, I noticed a more prudent approach to consumption from middle and low income earners because of persistent inflation, high interest rates, and a deteriorating employment environment. Oh, weird. That's what was going on there. And a combination of those factors led to a 7.3% decline in traffic in August, capping off 6 straight months of declines. Oh, that's funny, because guys, keep that in your head for a little bit, Because notice that he said in August. We're gonna get to that real soon. Because yeah. So again, it says here that polarization in the United States make it difficult to talk about any truth, even about the economy. Last Friday's jobs report surpassed all expectations. As soon as it came out, Republicans such as Senator Marco Rubio of Florida tried calling it fake. In reality, even though the report is later revised down, it will still show an economy that is humming along. And consider the bigger picture, the United States has nearly 7 million stores jobs than it did before the pandemic, and the largest share of 25 to 54-year-olds working since 2001. Many experts didn't think it would even be possible for the labor market to become this robust again. Some theories consider Americans too addicted to video games or drugs, or simply too lazy to work. The jobs rebound has proved the experts wrong. The story on inflation is similar. So it says 2 years ago, economists were predicting a recession. Many said it was impossible to lower inflation without a downturn and widespread job losses. Yet, we are living through this miracle. Report after report shows inflation cooling off. On Thursday, we learned that inflation has cooled to 2.4%. It's so close to the 2% mark target aim. Even Federal Reserve officials aren't that worried about it anymore. Well, that's what we call a lie. So we have here, wages have grown faster than the inflation for most Americans. And this is what they have here, right? This is at 23.1 to 23.9% etc. wages and inflation. So that's all great and dandy. But now we're going to go to the actual other issues, right? The massive Target store closings in September, list of closing stores. Now, they are saying this is due to crime. So this is not true fair about the economy, right? Because a lot of these places are where heavy crime is. So maybe we could exclude Target, right, from this situation because crime is the reason why they're closing in some of these locations. And it says here, are we close to a recession? It says the S&P 500 rallied in the first half of 24 as investors cheered resilient earnings growth and anticipated that aggressive Fed rate cuts were just around the corner. However, the New York Fed's recession probabilities of model suggests there is still a 61.8% chance of a U.S. recession sometime in the next 12 months. All right? So that's what is predicted, right? Now, they said that they're going to be heading to a recession, but we're not. Well, I'm going to get to you that. Now, remember when I went back here, right? And they specifically said that, oh, it's in August, right? They said in August. Well, we're jumping all the way over here, right? We're jumping all the way over here. So, this was on September 5th, all right? This is September 5th. And it says, jobs collapse as job openings crash by 500,000 and layoffs soar to 1.8 million. Here come the panic cuts. That's not good. Why is, if our economy is so great, Heather, if our economy is so great, then how is 500,000? How is 500,000 and layoffs soar to 1.8 million? That's insanity. Then we have this here. This is from November 3rd, 2023. And it says, the much more accurate and less manipulated household survey shows employment collapsed by 348K, the biggest drop since the COVID shutdown. It's almost certain the U.S. is already in recession. So, they're saying like, okay, we might not be in a recession right now, but some say we might be in a recession by 2025. But we have from the New York Post saying, U.S. job markets get biggest markdown since 2009 with 818K fewer jobs than previously reported. This was in August of 21. All right, August 21, 2024. So you cannot tell me that all these jobs are collapsing, unemployment is going down, and all this stuff, but we're not in a recession or that our economy is doing great. I can go and ask, which I'll probably end up doing at some point. I can go and ask some people and say, how do you feel at the way the economy is going? And they're all going to say it's bad. It's all they're going to say is bad. I have actually said on how the economy is, it's out of the fluff, and they all agree with me when I go out and around the public and make certain statements, and they all agree. This is not something that American people are going to say, no, this is not happening. They know it's happening because they look at their grocery list, they look at their bill and saying, man, this is really hammering me hard. Why is this happening? I didn't have to pay $7 for eggs. Now I do. The fact of the matter is that these people lie to you. They lie and say everything is good, everything is perfect, what you're feeling, what you're dealing with is not real, it's all in your head. That's what they're saying to you. Like, What you see on your grocery list is not reality. That's not real. That's fake. They're trying to lie to you and tell you that you're stupid and saying that what you're seeing with your two own eyes is not real. This is the way the media does it. This is the reason why we don't watch or read or do anything with the media, because they lie consistently. And they try to gaslight Americans to be like, oh, well, everything is great. When in reality, it's not great. It's not great at all. People are suffering. People are dealing with a lot of issues with the economy and everything. Now, we might be able to eat, but it's becoming harder and harder and harder to do so. Some of us have to make sacrifices and say, oh, I can't buy this. I have to do this because I don't have the money to do so. I don't have the funds. So let us be a reminder, guys, that the media will lie to you. The Democrats will lie to you. The far left will lie to you. The Union Party, both Republican and Democrats, will lie to you saying the economy is great when in reality, it's not. And I think you all can understand that. I think that's everything that Americans can deal with or understand that that's true. It's not a great time. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.